Directing is the next managerial function after planning, organizing, staffing. Understand, directing is a soul of the organization. Without directing, not a single task will be performed. Let us understand in greater detail how and what are the things we do in directing and how we arrive at directing. Well, directing means to show the correct path and guide in case of any problem solving issues are arised. Now understand that the whole managerial process starts with planning. In planning, what we do? We forecast that what are the objectives of the organization, goals of the organization. Once we set the goals, we decide what are the actions, plans, what are the things to be done, how they have to be done, when they have to be done. All action plans are decided at that planning stage. Once planning stage is completed, now you go to what? Organizing, where you identify what are the tasks has to be performed. Then we categorize these tasks and then you assign these tasks based on appropriate organizational structure. So automatically, now in planning, you set the action plans. In organizing, you decide the organizational structure and then assign the allocated work. In order to complete all this, you need people. People are recruited and trained through staffing. So what do you have? Now in the organization, you have planning ready, what to do. You have organizational structure, who will do it? You have people. But unless and until you will instruct them, direct them, show them the path, okay, you can do now, you do this time. Without that, the activity will not be performed on ground reality. Correct? So directing is the soul of the organization. Where the director, the person who gives instruction, do what? They show the correct path. And not only they show correct path, in case of any problem situation, they also guide in order to handle the situation. There are various things you do in directing. First and foremost, you instruct. Now, for every level of employees and management, first thing is there has to be some instruction. Okay, you have to start producing. This is a deadline. Go, purchase. So, first thing is you instruct the employees. What happens? Once instructions are given, then you give them guidelines. Then you guide them that how to do that work. So first, instruction, do this. Now you guide them, okay, this has to be done in this way. Later on, you communicate them. Okay, this has to be done by this timeline. Now, depending on the situation, if the activities are not performed up to the task, the morale of the employees are down, or there is a lack of motivation, then you not only inspire them, but you also motivate them. And after all, once all those instructions are given, guiding is done, communication has been completely done, now you supervise whether the tasks are performed as per the goal set or objectives of the organization. So in simple word, when you direct somebody in the organization to do something, basically you do what? You start with instructions. Then you go for guiding. Then you communicate. Then you inspire, you motivate, and then you supervise the activities performed. And this is how the whole direction process works. Let us take an example to identify these steps in a greater detail. Let's say one fine day you have decided to boil a tea for yourself or make a tea for yourself. Now what do? You don't know how to make tea. First thing what you'll do, you go into the kitchen and look around and you don't know how to start. First thing you'll do what? You'll start asking for help. Mom, where are you? Just guide me how to make tea. So mom tells you what? She gives you instruction. Okay, beta, get the milk, sugar and tea powder ready. According to instruction, I do what? I make arrangement of all these things. I get those things from fridge and appropriate places. Now what? She guides. Now turn on the fire, on the gas, put the vessel, put water and milk in it and let it boil. Now she does what? She gives me guidelines. After instructions, okay, these are the things you have to do. Now she guides me how to do it. Once that is done, She communicate. Now by the time the water is about to boil, now put some tea powder in it. If you need some amount of sugar also, right? Now that communication overs, now you understand you have to turn off the switch of the gas, but you forgot, and the whole milk is spilled over, and you're like little, oh, I could not able to make the tea. So she would, okay, she start inspiring and motivating you. Okay, it happens for the first time. Next time you'll do it better. I feel better. Next time she said, okay, take new vessel, start making it again. And now she supervises whether I'm doing it right or not. So understand what are the steps of directions. Well, direction shows the path, correct path probably, and guides in case of situations of problems in order to find the best possible solution. Well, direction comprises of instructing, guiding, communicating, inspiring, motivating, and supervising the activities to be performed so that organization's goal and objectives are achieved. Understand who communicate you, your junior or your senior. Yes, so communication start from top level and goes to the bottom level according to our organization's hierarchical structure. Understand communication starts from the starting of the organization and it remains throughout. Any act to be performed, you have to direct the employees. Okay, you need to finish this by this time. So anything has to be done. Okay, you need to do planning. So even for planning also you need to direct people. When to do, actual action has been decided through directing. Hence, directing is a continuous ongoing process. Some of the philosophers define direction as the life spark of the enterprise. So, in nutshell summary, what is direction? Direction is probably the next step, the fourth step of managerial function. After planning, organizing, staffing, then comes direction. In direction, basically, director tries to do, a person who gives direction, instruction, basically tries to do what? It tries to show us the correct path. And not only that, sometimes whenever need arise, it also gives us probable solutions, guides on probable solutions of handling the situations or problems. There are various functions involved in directing, right? Starting with instructing, then guiding, then communicating, inspiring, motivating, and later on we go to supervising the whole activities done as per the organization's objective or goal. Understand direction start from top level and move towards the bottom level as per the organization's hierarchical structure. Without directing, there is no existence of organization. In short, when the directing start from the starting of the organization and it remains throughout the lifetime. Some of the amazing philosophers talk directing as the life spark of the enterprise. Well, in simple word, directing is the soul of the organization.